Okay, very good afternoon, guys. Can you all hear me? Yes, and can see a screen as well. Yeah. All right, guys. Small thing. I think not everyone has joined. Can you all just maybe remind, in case you all have friends on the group who is not there, can you all just give them a call or something and remind them that the class is there? Because apart from division class students, no one else would get the recording. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give in maybe a few minutes. Just remind them. Okay, so till the others also join, just a few things that I wanted to say, right? Okay, so where are we right now? We are in the 2016 paper. Just want to check, did we finish 2015 completely? Yeah, right? Or was there any thing towards the end was I not able to finish? I completed it, right? Okay, so 2015, all the MCQs are done. We then have to move on to the 2016 MCQs. So we have 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There are 5 more years to do. So that is what I'll be doing today, right? I'll be doing this 5 years of MCQs. Now, these MCQs are actually easy, right? Did you all do the MCQs? Yes, can you all let me know? 16 to 20? Did? Yes, no? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there is a substantial amount who has done the MCQs. So perfect, right? How was it? Was it okay? It was not that hard, right? If I'm not mistaken. It was easy, right? It's shape, no? Manageable? Yeah, not hard. Yeah, so I think if you all have like gone through the unit properly, I don't think these MCQs are, hard at all. So this unit 4 is, I'll tell you, okay, some in 2019, we'll discuss those. Usually these MCQs are supposed to be much easier than even unit 2 and 3 questions, right? Unit number 4, even when you look at the part 2, unit number 4 is one of the easiest, right? Because it's the same question that is being repeated over and over again. Even MCQs, you all can see it's the same knowledge, they're testing it in a different way, right? So same things on that case. So that is that. And just wanted to let you all know, I just told my revision class students also yesterday, right? So since we have a few non-division students also here, so just keep track, right? Don't lose your motivation, right? You all have somewhere around 6 months to go now, right? February, March, April, May, June, and July, 6 months to go. So stay focused and, make sure you properly get this thing done, right? So 6 months, give it your best shot. 177 days. Okay, nice. So 6 months to go, guys. We don't know if A-levels will get postponed or not, but you prepare for August, right? Have that mentality that somehow in August that you're going to finish it off, right? So what I said, one advice I gave my revision class students is that this 6 months is not your time to find love, right? So you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, fine, but not the time to go find for a new girlfriend or a boyfriend, right? So leave all that aside. Not the time for you to start your own business, or not the time for you to do whatever that is, right? Focus on your education this 6 months. After that, do whatever you all want, right? Find your boyfriends, to girlfriends, to universities, to start your own business, to start working, to do whatever you all want. Do that later, but this 6 months, right, this is where your schooling career is going to end, right? There is no school after this. Okay, 6 months and school is done. And even right now for some it might be done with some of your private candidates, some of you all still corona and at home, right? So after that, there is no school, there is no one to come spoon feed you, there is nothing of that sort. So focus on this 6 months, right? All 3 subjects. Econ is one, that's why you all are here, right? And the other 2 subjects, whether you're a commerce student or whether you're an art student, that doesn't matter, right? Give it your best shot, right? Make sure at the end of the day, after you've done your exam, that you don't have any regrets, right? So trust me, not everyone will get 3 years, right? Because different students are at different levels. That is the normal thing. But everyone can aim to, if you really are, even the weakest student, guys, if you really are dedicated, you can. Because I've had friends, right, with A level 2As, 1As, people with A level 2As, they did it in singular medium. English, they had a S, right? But then again, the A levels, they did it in English medium, they turned it around. So there are people, it's not an impossible thing. It depends on your dedication, right? So, but give it everything that you've got, right? So now we only have 90 today. There's so much in the group, and I'm not going to add new people also, because I think from maybe from next month or this month, I'll probably use my own Zoom account, not a Zoom account which I get from outside where I have to pay for to get more than 100 people, right? So at least the people who are here, right, make sure you all come regularly. At the end, that thing is there. So when it's free, the value of it is not there. That thing is there, but at least make use of it, because what I'm telling you is that you will not get this opportunity again, right? There will not be someone who would do something for free. I don't know, very very rarely you will find someone who would do something for free for around, let's say, 6 months, 1 day, 2 days, yes, but not for this long and cover everything, right? So just make use of this opportunity, because I'm pretty sure it will be worth it, and it is going to be beneficial when you're writing A levels in August, right? So just small things there, right? Keep uh it stay focused, right? It's a thing that you can definitely get done, right? Don't lose hope, right? I know motivation, it's a little hard to be motivated always, one day you're really motivated to get things done, the next day, you're too tired, you fall asleep, right? Things like that happen. But have this goal saying, it's just 6 months and then it's done, right? Only this 6 months. After that, no one's going to come behind you and do all of this and spoon feed you to have these online classes to, it's just 6 months that is there, right? So give it everything that you have, okay? And then at the end, trust me, it will be worth it, right? Just do it for your parents. That is what my motivation was as a A-level student. That was my motivation as well, right? Because my parents have been working so hard, right, for from day one to until grade 13, to pay school fees, class fees, right? It's not an easy thing, okay? So do it for them, right? Give them something back in return, right? They will tell you, like I said in Jan, right? They will tell you, it's okay if you pass, it's fine. But deep down there, they want their child to do good, guys. Every parent is that, right? They want their child to be the best, they want their child to do the best, right? So they might tell you, if you just pass even it's enough, that's what they would tell you. But deep down, they would want you to do really really well. They want you to get that 3 A's, to do really well there. So do it for them. Just think about them, right? Maybe after this class, or whatever times you all are free at, right? Take some time, take, let's say, half an hour of your time. Just think what you're doing, right? Just figure out, think, why are you doing this? What is your plan, right? Where do you want to end up, right? Focus and have just think. It helps, right? Just think for a few minutes, right? And then my only motivation was one, is to somehow get it done for my parents, right? And also for those, just a normal tip, guys, also for those people with, you all must be already having your better halves as well, right? Your boyfriends to girlfriends. I had one during uh A levels, right? So my request or my advice is that, right, I'm hoping you'll have the proper, correct one who would help you get the best out of you, right? Luckily I had someone, right, who was able to motivate me, who was able to bring the best out of me, right? So if you feel, right, that your, I don't know, your better half, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, right, is uh let's say not doesn't want you to get this done, is not supporting you here, trust me, I'm telling you, it's not going to last, right? And I think it's a waste of time, right? You will feel it, right? When, let's say, times you have to study, the times you have to do, right? If this person is not going to motivate you and just going to be, for example, be mad at you for studying or not being able to spend time with you, right? You're with the wrong person. That's a sad story. Okay. So think, right? You're not doing it for a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you met a few months or maybe a year ago, right? Your parents have been there from day one. You're doing it for them. Keep that in mind. stay focused and get it done, right? If you have friends who are not here, tell them that I told this as well, right? And just ask them to come for class, because another month or two, this will be over as well, right? Time will fly. The 6 months that you have is really, really crucial. So do your part, do your little bit, okay? Don't struggle in the last moment. 2, 3 months to go, you starting to study is not going to help you get an A. You can pass, you can get a S, you can get a C, but you can't really get into a good grade, right? So don't wait until that time. Get it done in this 6 months to go. That's all you all have to do, right? So that's what I wanted to say. I told my revision class students as well, because I started unit number 8 yesterday in the revision class. I felt that these people are lacking a bit of motivation, so I spent around half an hour helping them out. So I just want to tell you all as well, right? Please get it done, right? Otherwise, 2 years of your A-level life is just wasted, right? You came, right? You've done this much, right? You've gone for classes, you've paid for classes, you've traveled, you've gone for online classes, listened to it, right? You've done all of this, all of it just to pass. Why? Get the best out of it. Get the A you can, right? All of you all are capable. I'm telling you, because I've had friends with really bad O-level results or really bad term exam marks ended up with an A, right? So don't think that, it's too late for you now. I can't, I've only got, let's say, 30 or 40 in my term exam. I can't get an A. No, right? It's your mindset. If you think you can somehow, you know, you definitely can change a lot of things, right? Right attitude, right mindset, do the right things, right? Don't, once again, don't do anything stupid in the last 5, 6 months. Not the time to start your business, not the time to, let's say, I know, do anything new. Okay, so don't do those things. Just focus, get it done. All right. Okay. So that being said, shall we move on to the papers? Any questions before we start? Yes, no questions. Can we start? Yeah. Okay. So 2016 A-levels MCQ number 16. Okay, where are we, guys? I'm hoping no one is joining newly today, right? If you all are lost, right? We've been doing past papers from 1 part, right? We did unit number 1, 2, and 3. Now we are doing unit number 4. We're doing the MCQs. Last week we did the 2011 to 2015 MCQs of unit number 4. Now it's 2016 to 2020, and then all the MCQs of unit number 4 will be over. Is 6 months enough to get an A? Definitely. If you can put in all you have, you definitely can get that A. Okay. Right. So 2016 A levels question number 16. When a firm increases all its inputs by 50%, right, the output increases by 40%. This situation is illustrated as the law of what? Okay, first of all, this part increases all its inputs. Can you tell me, are we in the short run or are we in the long run? Increasing all its inputs. Okay, now those have to click you, right? When they say increasing all inputs, long run, that has to come. When they're increasing all inputs by 50%, their output is increasing by a lesser proportion. Inputs are increasing 50%, but output is increasing only 40%. So what is that? So first, long run, you have to know it's the law of returns to scale. What is this? When your input is increasing, output is increasing by a smaller proportion, it is decreasing returns to scale. So what is increasing returns to scale? Increasing returns to scale is where when your input increases, your output increases by an even greater proportion, right? That is there. Okay. Yes, guys, just drop me a text on WhatsApp if you all want to join the group. Usually there is a procedure where you have to fill a form and then I add you. Okay, right? So this is decreasing returns to scale, but it's basic theory that comes from the thing. So answer number 2, right? Answer number 2. Okay. So we'll move on. Give me a second. Okay, okay, you all want me to send me personally? Chat with, okay, host only. Okay. So right, you can only send it to me now. It's disturbing a few. Fine. Okay. Question number 17. 17, they say, in the price range below average variable cost, a perfectly competitive firm's supply curve is. Let me try to get this diagram first. Where was that diagram? Can you tell me which diagram that I had this supply curve? This one, no, I think. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So I'll explain this story to you. Where are we now? We are in the 2016 paper. Yeah. Okay. So in the price range below the average variable cost, right? In the price range below the average variable cost, they're asking you what is the supply, the firm's supply curve. Think. Now, I told you last class, right? The supply curve is the marginal cost curve above the average variable cost. So in the price range below the minimum average variable cost, a perfectly competitive supply curve is, first of all, do we have a can you all see this yellow line in this diagram? It's a little, okay. See where are the 2 points? There is a yellow line. Can you see this? This yellow line, right? There is one yellow line here, right? So above the minimum average variable cost, this is the supply curve. Below the average variable cost, where is it? It is vertical. Can you see this line here? Yellow. Because they have not put these colors for just for the fun of it, right? So you all know that this is the shutdown price, right? I'm hoping you all know that this is the shutdown point. So if the firm is getting a price below the minimum average variable cost, they will not continue in production because there is no point. If they can't even cover their minimum average variable cost, there is no point continuing. So therefore, only if the price that they get is above the minimum average variable cost, they will supply. So we say in perfect competition, the supply curve is the marginal cost curve above the minimum average variable cost. But that is not what they're asking. In this question, they're asking in the price range below minimum average variable cost, below this point, below this whatever line, right? They're asking you a perfectly complete supply curve is what? Horizontal at the market price? No. So at the minimum average variable cost, then it will be horizontal at the market price. But they're asking below the minimum average variable. The word below, if they ask you at the price range, sorry, in the price range at the minimum average variable cost, then it will be answer number 1. So it will be horizontal at the market price. But here they're asking you, what is it below the minimum average variable cost? Guys, below the minimum average variable cost, this part is your supply curve. Your supply curve comes like this, it becomes flatter like this, and then it goes that way. So below the average variable cost, guys, it is vertical at 0 output, right? Make that mistake. I also made this mistake when I was doing LLs. I thought it was answer number 1, horizontal at market price. But then I realized this word below is there. They're asking for below. So below the minimum average cost, it's not horizontal at market price, right? Below, it's vertical at 0 output. Okay, I'll explain this again, guys. But to understand this, you need some background knowledge. If you're completely blank, it's a little hard. Okay, why won't the last output? Okay, last answer, upward rising with positive output. How much is the output here? Output is 0, no? At this point, the output is 0. It's upward rising, fine. But the output is not positive, no, output is 0. So that is why we are not taking number 5. Okay, I'll eliminate the other answers. Same as the firm's average variable cost curve, no, guys. Right? Same as the firm's marginal cost curve, no. In the price range above the minimum average variable cost, then this is correct. Then number 3 is correct. So not number 3 also. Right? Number 1 is also wrong because they are saying in the price range below minimum average variable cost. If they say in the price range of the minimum average variable cost, then this will be your supply curve. Then it's fine. Then it is horizontal at market price. But they are asking below. Can you see the word here? Below. So below means below this point. So below this point, This is your supply curve, right? So simple question, right? All what you need to know is you need to know the diagram. If you don't know the diagram, you can't answer this, right? You need to know the basic diagram of the marginal cost, average total cost, average variable cost. And then you need to know the connection between the supply curve and the marginal cost curve, right? Based on the shutdown price. Then it's a very easy question to answer. So if you all are a little lost, that is where you have to go and refer. Are we okay? That the answer is number 2. Yes. Questions, anyone? Number 2. Check. How do we see its vertical? How do we see its vertical in the graph? So, okay, if you look at this, I'll try to delete this. Just go with the colors that is in this graph. You will understand. Now, this is the plain graph that is there. I'll not draw anything. Look at the colors. This yellow line here, this yellow line is the supply curve. So above the minimum average variable cost, this is the supply curve. Below the minimum average variable cost, this is the supply curve. I'll draw the supply curve, let's say at the minimum average variable cost. At the minimum average variable cost, this will be the supply curve. So it will come like that. This is how your supply curve will look like. It's always like this. Below means vertical at 0. Yes, below the minimum average variable cost, it will be like this. Vertical at 0 out. At the average variable cost, it will be horizontal to the market price. Then it will be number 1. Above the, so in this, okay, so answer number 1 here, right? Answer number 1 is at the minimum AVC. Answer number 2 is our answer below minimum AVC, right? If you look at answer number 3, the same as the firm's marginal cost curve, when is it? What should I write here? Number 1 is at, number 2 is below minimum AVC, number 3, exactly, when it is above the minimum AVC. So the above the minimum AVC, it is same as the firm's marginal cost curve. So that is that. Now keep it here. Okay, so guys, a good question, right? Hoping you all understood that part. Okay, just know the diagrams, guys. If you know the diagrams, trust me, it's an easy question. Okay, right. Then moving on to this question number 18. A profit maximizing output of a firm operating in a competitive market is determined at a point where. Okay, where is profit maximizing? Let me see if I have a diagram. I didn't put diagrams in. Okay. This is the diagram. Let's see if I have a diagram. Profit maximizing. Okay. So profit maximizing is where. Okay, so this is the profit maximizing output where MR equals MC. So they are saying the profit maximizing output of a firm in a competitive market is determined at a point where. So this point that I marked in yellow, I explained last class, is the profit maximizing output. So at this point, marginal cost is decreasing. Is it correct or wrong? Is marginal cost decreasing? At this yellow point, can you see the MC curve is going upwards? It's not decreasing, no? Wrong. Marginal cost is increasing. Correct or wrong? Yes, that looks correct. We look at the other 3 points. Marginal revenue is increasing. Can you see the MR curve is flat? Is it increasing or decreasing? No, it's constant. So not that. Marginal cost is at its minimum level. At this profit maximizing point, is MC at its minimum? No, minimum MC is here. So not that also. Number 5, they're saying marginal cost is below the marginal revenue. No, right? Marginal cost at this yellow point where profit is maximizing, marginal cost and marginal revenue is equal, guys. Right? So not that as well. So it should be answer number 2. Yeah, got it. So they're asking at the profit maximizing level. Maximizing level is MR equals MC, no? That you all know, no? So rather than asking what is the profit maximizing level, they're simply asking you based on this, how does the curves look like? So if you know this diagram, you simply know the MR and the MC curve, It's a very simple question. Get it? So, guys, remember this lesson to answer, you have to know the curves, right? So I'm hoping whatever note that you all are studying has the curves and you all have been taught this, right? If you learn this, it becomes very, very much easy. Any questions there? Yes, no? No? Okay. So we'll move on to question number 19 then. Okay. So in 19, they say, now it's a very easy question. In the short run, if a firm produces nothing, they're producing nothing, which of the following cost will be zero? So if a firm doesn't produce anything, opportunity cost will be zero, total variable cost will be zero, total fixed cost will be zero, average total cost. Guys, what is variable cost? Variable cost is the cost that increases with output. For example, for your, let's say, raw materials, let's say your direct labor. When you're producing nothing, right? When the firm is producing nothing, will there be fixed cost? Yes. So fixed cost will be there, right? Will there be an opportunity cost? Yes, because you still must have, even though you're not producing, maybe you would have got a building and kept. You have put all your things and kept, but you're not producing. You could have used that building for something else. There was an opportunity cost. So will there be an average total cost? Yes, because fixed cost is there. No? So when total cost is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost. So variable cost is zero, but since fixed cost is there, there will be a total cost also. If there is a total cost, there will be an average total cost also. Which of this will be zero? The total variable cost will be zero. So when a firm is producing nothing, they don't have any variable cost. No. So that is cost to buy raw materials, cost to, let's say, your direct labor, cost for, things like that. It's not there. So therefore, when the firm is producing nothing, the total variable cost will be zero. Simply, you go with the graph. How does your total variable cost graph look like? So you have output. So you have quantity in this axis and you have the cost in this axis, right? So this is how your total variable cost curve looks like. So when you're producing nothing, your cost is also zero. How does your total fixed cost curve look like? Like this. How does your total cost curve looks like? Your total cost curve is like this. So this is TC, this is TVC, right? This is FC, right? So VC is labor cost. VC is labor cost. Yeah, VC can be direct labor cost, total variable cost. So when the firm is producing nothing, when the quantity is zero, which one of this is zero? The total variable cost is only zero. So simply, if you don't even have to know the graphs for this, right? But from the graphs also, you can explain that story. Is that fine? Question 19. Yes, no. Okay, right. So these questions are actually very easy, guys. I'm personally telling you, it's easy. It's easier than unit even 2 and 3. Okay. Right. Question 2017 A levels. Done with 2016. That's it. So we move on to 2017. So 2017 A levels. Question number 16. Question number 16 is saying the law of diminishing returns states. Law of diminishing returns. As the size of a plant increases, marginal product eventually decreases. Okay. As the size of a plant increases, average cost eventually decreases. Okay. As a firm uses more of variable input, given the quantity of fixed inputs, its marginal product eventually decreases. As a firm uses more of variable input, given a quantity of fixed input, average cost eventually decreases. As a firm uses more of a fixed input, given the quantity of variable inputs, its marginal product eventually decreases. What do you all think? It's a little bit tricky. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All is, all long answers. I'll eliminate a little by little, right? So first of all, I'll eliminate answer number 1 and 2. I'll eliminate it this way. They say, as the size of the plant increases. Guys, plant, they're talking about the factory there, right? They're talking about the production plant. Now, when you say plant means it's the factory. So in the short run, can we increase the capital? Can we increase the fixed capital is usually fixed, right? In the short run, can we increase that? No. So based on that argument, I am cutting off 1 and 2 as the size of the plant. If the plant will not increase, the plant will stay the same. That means your factory will be the same. It's your variable inputs that you can increase, right? Then I'll cut off number 5. Number 5 is saying, as the firm uses more of a fixed input, given the quantity of variable inputs, they are saying variable inputs are constant, fixed inputs can change. Does this happen in the short run? No. In the short run, fixed inputs are fixed, guys. That's why you call it fixed. No, it's the variable inputs that you can increase, right? So not this also, right? They're asking, okay, first of all, you have to figure out this question. They're asking the short run. Law of diminishing returns operates in the short run. Law of return to scale operates in the long run, right? So short run, this will not happen. You can't use more fixed inputs. So that is also cut off. Then you look at number 3 and 4, right? Number 3 is saying, as the firm uses more of variable input, okay, variable input given the quantity of fixed inputs, while fixed inputs are constant, its marginal product eventually decreases. Is that true or wrong? Correct, right? So in this, right, if you look at the MC marginal product curve, how does the marginal product curve look? Remember, you all have this, right? Total marginal product. It comes like this, right? After a certain point, it falls like this, right? MP curve, right? Hoping you all know the MP curve. So that is the answer. If you look at the fourth one, they say, as the firm uses more variable input, given the quantity of fixed inputs, average cost eventually decreases. No. Average cost, first it decreases, but eventually it increases. Guys, eventually after a certain point. So average cost, yes, first it decreases, I agree. But eventually, when you keep on increasing your variable input, the AC will increase. AC will not decrease, right? It's the marginal product curve that will eventually decrease. So this is also cut. It becomes answer number 3. Is MP equals AP? No. So MP is not equal to AP. So if this is your, let's say, MP curve, your AP curve will look like this. It will be like that. Something like this. This will be AP, right? This will be MP. Right? And then on top of this, you can have total product. Shape, yes, no. That is answer number 3. Guys, when you get a question like this, the easiest way is to eliminate, guys. Little by little eliminate. All of a sudden coming to an answer is not easy. Podda, you find a mistake in something and eliminate it, right? That is how you ended up with answer number 3 there. Guys, know the curves. It is easy, right? I told this last week also. Please know how the curves look like, right? It's an easy thing to do, okay? Okay, another one. If there is implicit cost of production, implicit cost means indirect cost. So if there is any indirect cost in production, which one will be true? Accounting profit will exceed economic profit. Economic profit will always be 0. Economic profit will exceed accounting profit. Accounting profit will always be 0. Economic profit and accounting profit will be equal. Yes, I'll give you a simple thing. I'll give you a simple calculation, right? I'm telling you revenue of the firm is 500,000, right? So I'll tell you to buy this revenue, I'll say raw materials. Okay, I'll say direct and indirect. Direct cost, right? I'll say is 200,000, right? Indirect cost, I'll say how much? Okay, 80,000, just a number. Okay. Based on this, can you calculate accounting profit? Accounting profit. How much is our accounting profit? Accounting profit. Accounting profit is simple calculation, guys. Accounting profit is our revenue 500,000 minus our direct cost, that is 200,000. So accountants will only take direct cost. No? So accounting profit is 300,000. Okay. How much is our economic profit? Economic profit. So economic profit is equal to our revenue, right? Minus both direct cost and indirect cost. So I have to minus this 200,000 and I have to minus the 80,000. So how much do I get here? Here I get 220,000. Now based on this, see, now there is a direct cost. Okay, indirect cost. Implicit cost means indirect cost. Now when there is an indirect cost, can you tell me which of this is correct? Accounting profit will exceed. Economic profit will always be zero. Economic profit will exceed. Simple thing, no? So when there is an indirect cost in production, which one of this is higher? The accounting profit is higher than the economic profit. So it's answer number 1. Economic profit will always be zero? No, you can't say that. Economic profit will exceed accounting profit? No, it's accounting profit that will exceed economic profit. Why? Because accountants, their cost is low. They are only taking direct cost as their cost. But economists are taking direct and indirect. So they have a higher cost. Therefore, their profit will be low. Okay. So economic profit will not exceed. Accounting profit will be zero. No. Economic profit and accounting profit will be equal. No. When will the economic profit and accounting profit be equal? When will this happen? Think economic profit and accounting profit will be equal when? Exactly, when there is no implicit cost. When there is no implicit. So things like that you all can get. So when there is no implicit cost or indirect cost, accounting profit and economic profit will be equal. So if I cut off that 80,000, right, accounting profit will also be 300, economic profit will also be 300. So in this case, when there is implicit cost, is answer number 1. Okay. SEP, fine, easy one. Guys, these are actual past papers, right? These are not questions that I have made up. And you'll see, I don't know, don't you all feel that this is easy? I know, I personally feel that this is very, very easy, right? Okay. So question number 18. Question number 18. Which of the following is not usually a characteristic of a perfectly competitive market? Not a characteristic. Number 1, no individual firm has a significant amount of market power. Yes, is it a characteristic or not? It is a characteristic, no? Because why? In perfect competition, there is so much of buyers and sellers. So no firm has a significant amount of market power. So it is a characteristic. Number 2, market demand curve is perfectly elastic. I'll leave that for now. Any individual firm can increase its production and sale without affecting the price of the good. That is also true. They are a price taker, right? So they can, whatever that they can supply, it will not really affect the price of the good. So they are a price taker. This is also true. Number 4, existing firms cannot bar the entry of new firms. That means firms who are there cannot stop other firms from coming. True, right? There is no now just think you're a farmer. Now paddy is an example for perfect competition. You're a farmer, you're doing paddy. Now let's say I want to come and I also want to grow paddy. Can you stop me from coming? No, right? So existing firms cannot bar the entry of new firms. They can't stop another fellow from coming in. Right? So that is also a characteristic. There is free entry and exit. Okay, where did my ticks go? Okay. Number 5, there are large number of buyers and sellers. That is also true. But now, in perfect competition, demand curve is perfectly elastic. No. Why is that the answer? How did that become the answer? I'm saying answer is number 2. Guys, in perfect competition, remember, the market demand curve is downward sloping. It's the firm's demand curve which is perfectly elastic. Be very, very careful. This is market, this is firm. Firm's demand curve is perfectly elastic. If you add everyone's demand curve and if you get the market demand curve, that is downward sloping. So they are saying market demand curve is perfectly elastic. No, market demand curve is downward sloping. So that is why that is not the characteristic. Yeah, it's the if they say firm's demand curve is perfectly elastic, then it is correct, right? But market demand curve is perfectly elastic is wrong. Okay, so answer number 2 there. Simple thing again. Know the diagram, got the answer. Questions? No? Yep. Okay. Then moving on to question 19. Okay. The table below displays some of the assumptions of perfect competition and monopolistic competition. Perfect competition and monopolistic competition, right? Which combination of assumptions is consistent with this market? They're asking, they're just given features, guys. They're given features of perfect competition and monopolistic competition, and they're asking which of this is correct. Okay. Okay. Think we'll just pick and go. Perfect competition, do we have homogeneous product? Yes. Differentiated product? No. Large number of sellers? Yes. Is there barriers to enter and exit? No barriers to enter and exit. Large number of sellers? Yes. Okay. So we tick the right and the wrong ones. Go to monopolistic now. Monopolistic is like saloons, let's say restaurants, things like that. Is there barriers to enter and exit? Below assumptions, barriers to enter and exit, you can say there is some barrier. Okay, we'll leave that barriers. We'll see. Okay, large number of sellers, okay, wait, we'll see. I think even 1 and 5 both look same. Okay. Differentiated products, homogeneous product, no, they don't have a homogeneous product. No. They have usually a differentiated product there, right? They now remember the example I said, the kottu in, let's say, in a hotel, and kottu in, let's say, in Pilavus is different. They have a differentiated product. So we can click this yes as well. Differentiated product. Perfect information, not really. They don't have perfect information. Okay. Small number of sellers, again, no, they have a large number of sellers. Now there is a question here. Now, even this part, barriers to entry and exit, also usually no, right? So now here, if you look at it, it looks like there are 2 answers. And they're asking, the table below displays some of the assumptions of perfect competition and monopolistic competition. Which combination of assumptions is consistent with these markets? What does the answer scheme, I think, should be 5. I think 5 is a better answer. Can you all check behind your past paper book? Does it say 5 or 1? Past paper book says 5? Yeah. So, okay, I'll explain why then, right? Even why I also say 5, why is the past paper book also saying 5? The reason here is, right, monopolistic competition, generally, there is no barrier to enter and exit. So barriers to enter and exit are based on, how much of capital you need, whether there is government regulations there, and things like that. But think, right, now, can you say, okay, wait, barriers to enter and exit. Okay, so right now, sorry, I think I read it wrong. Guys, there is no barriers to enter and exit now. So, do we have barriers to enter and exit in this number 5? Sorry, I think I confused you all also. I read the question wrong. I read it like no barriers to enter and exit. So, in monopolistic competition, do we have barriers to enter and exit? Not really, right? There is no barrier to enter and exit. No. Now, you might have, let's say, you can consider small, maybe there is a capital requirement you can consider as a barrier. But in general, right, there is not really a barrier to enter and exit. Let's say you want to start your own restaurant. Let's say you want to start your saloon, own clothing store, right? You can easily come and start your own clothing store. So there is no barrier to enter and exit. So this part is wrong. So that's why it's answer number 5. Sorry, I previously read it as no barriers to enter and exit. That is why I was confused. Clear? No? Anyone doubts? Yes, no? Sep, fine. Yeah. Yes, if you all have doubts, ask. Right? There is things where you also can read things wrong. Okay? Right. Done then, no questions. Okay, question number 20. Interesting story. Remember when I explained this, does perfect competition only carry like agro products? Mostly yes, mostly like agriculture products, because a homogeneous product, large number of buyers and sellers, all those characteristics meet to kind of agriculture products only. There can be exceptions, but mostly yes. Okay. Okay, question number 20 is a good question. I taught you all the approach last class. Anyone remembers the approach when you get a question like this? How do you figure out whether they are going to stay or whether they are going to increase the output, whether they remain constant? What is the first thing that we do? First step, check whether. Anyone? No, this is not the first step. First step, I taught you all last class. Whether what is greater than what? Exactly. Whether the price is greater than the average cost. So if it is yes, no, if it is no, then you have to shut down. You have to reduce your output to 0 and you have to shut down. If it is yes, then what do? Then you check, right? So then you have 3 more parts, right? Then you check if MR equals MC. If MR equals MC, then what do? If MR equals MC, what do we do? Output is unchanged. You keep the same output, right? So output is okay, I'll say keep the output unchanged or maintain the current output level. Okay, so maintain the current output level. Then I told you all this. If the MR is greater, if the marginal revenue is greater, now what do we do? If the MR is greater than the MC, now what should you do to maximize your profits? Now, exactly, you have to increase the output. I explained this last class, right? Then the last case, if the MR is less, if the MR is less than the MC, then what do? We decrease the output. So first we have to check the first scenario, then we go into the second scenario. Right, we'll look at this. Current level of output, 500 units. Fine. Market price, 6. Total cost, 5,000. Total fixed cost, 1,000. Marginal cost, 6. Now, if any student, if the person does not do the first step, they will say, price is 6, that is MR, marginal cost is 6, MR equals MC. You will directly say, leave output unchanged. You can't come to that conclusion without checking this. You have to check this first, right? So first, you check whether the price is greater than ABC. Can you all tell me how much is the price in this market? Price is rupees 6. Can you all calculate the average variable cost? Average variable cost. What is the total variable cost? Total variable cost is equal to your, can you see, total cost is 5,000. Total fixed cost is 1,000. Then how much is the total variable cost? That is 4,000. So if the total variable cost is 4,000, they are making 5,500 units. How much is the average variable cost? It is 4,000 divided by 500. You get average variable cost rupees 8. Can you see? This does not meet even the first condition. Is the price greater than ABC? No. price is less. So if you can't even get your minimum average variable cost, what should you do? You have to shut down. Should not produce. Then think what should be the answer? Reduce output but keep producing, increase its selling price, leave output unchanged, reduce output to 0, increase output but keep price constant. Guys, it's number 4. Shutdown means, right, you reduce your output to 0. You don't produce anything, you shut down. Okay, so that is why that is the answer. So remember, I'll explain this again, guys. This is a question that they usually test when they give you numbers like this and they ask you for the firm to maximize their profits, what should they do? To answer what should they do, first you have to check the price and the AVC. Now AVC they can directly give, or like in this question, they can ask you to calculate the AVC, right? So you have to check compare those. If the price is greater than the AVC only, you will continue producing, right? If the price is less than your average variable cost, there is no point. So first of all, you have to check that. So if it is no, you have to shut down. If it is greater than AVC, okay, now you will stay in production. Now, to maximize your profit, you have to now compare the MR equals MC. So some students, without doing this first part, they directly go and do this second part. Yes, leave output unchanged means continue the same. Let's say they're producing 1,000 units, keep producing the 1,000 units itself. So some people, without doing this first part, I think I also made this mistake, if I'm not mistaken, during when I did A levels, right? After that, later when I actually thought about it only, I figured out. I also simply MR equals MC, profit has to be left. What the output has to be left unchanged. I'm 90% sure. I think I made this mistake, right? So you don't directly go into that. You first look at this. You first look if the price is greater than AVC. Yes, then you check. After that only you have to check whether MR equals MC, this or not, right? So here, the first criteria itself, the price is less than AVC. Therefore, you have to shut down. We did the same question. We did a similar question with different numbers in a previous year. Just go and check that and see, that will give you a different answer. But we use the same approach to answer this. Fine? Yes? No? Okay. Here, why can't we increase the selling price? Now, the selling price in a perfectly competitive industry, right? The firm can't maximize selling price. No? So it's not up to the firm, no? Does the firm have the power to charge whatever price they want? They have to take the market price, no? So therefore, you can't increase the selling price. You have to take whatever price that is there in the market. So for a firm whose goal is profit maximizing, they don't have the option to increase the selling price. They can have. Got it? That is why this. Why can't it be the second option? Yeah, so that's why I explained. Okay. Okay, we did this in 2013. Did this in 2013. Okay. How much is the MR? Because MR is equal to price. No, remember in this market, MR equals MC. Sorry, not MR equals MC. MR equals price. MR equals AR equals price. You'll remember that part, no? So price. So P is equal to MR is equal to AR. So here they're saying the price is equal to 6. So we know in perfect competition, the price is equal to the marginal revenue and it's also equal to the average revenue. So they will give you one of this. You should know to figure out that it's the other way. It's the same thing that they're talking about. Okay. Done. Then we'll move on. Okay, that's it. Shape, no questions, right? 17. Fine. We'll move on to the next. That is 2018. Okay, so we have 3 more papers, 18, 19, and 20. I didn't include the 19 old syllabus paper because most of y'all don't have, and then again, it's confusion. So I just had the new syllabus paper. Okay, right. So 2018 now, 2018 A-levels. 2018 A-levels, question number 16 again. So usually there's around 5 MCQs, 4 to 5 4 to 6 MCQs in this unit. Okay. They say, assume that a firm uses only one variable input in the short run production process. So one variable, let's say labor. If the firm is experiencing diminishing returns, that is the second stage, which of the following is true as more of the variable input is used? Let me see if I can find a diagram. Okay, until that, let me know what you all think the answer is. Trying to find a diagram. Okay, I'll take this diagram. It's not a very good diagram, but okay. So I'll take this. Got from the internet. Okay. So here they're saying, okay, you have 3 stages: increasing returns, decreasing returns. Oh, okay, no, this word is no, these words will confuse you. Let's see if there's a simple diagram. Give me a second. Stage 1, 2, and okay, I'll take this. Okay, so here, let me take this diagram. Okay, this diagram. So you'll know the 3 stages of this. Stage 1, 2, and 3. So assume that a firm uses only one variable in the short run. If the firm is experiencing diminishing returns, can you all tell me diminishing returns is which stage? 1, 2, or 3? Which stage is diminishing returns? Exactly, 2. First stage is called increasing returns. Second stage is diminishing returns. Third stage is called negative returns. So first you have to know which stage they're talking about. Right? That is your first basic thing. So they're talking about stage 2. So now if you know this diagram, you can answer, no? So which of the following is true? Marginal cost will decrease. Okay. Okay. One more thing you all need to know. That this mirrors, remember the mirror images. Okay. Let me try to show you that. Where is that diagram? Short run. Where is this diagram? Yeah, I can't find the mirror image. I think it was there when I explained, yes, last class, right? Okay. So here they're saying first marginal cost will decrease at a constant rate. Will marginal cost decrease at a constant rate? Yes or no? Guys, marginal cost is a mirror image, right, of the marginal product. So your marginal cost, this is how your MC will look. Okay. Guys, can someone just check from whatever we learned last class? I think there was a mirror image I used in the last class. Can you tell me which year and which question? So I can at least get that diagram. I can't find a proper diagram. Okay. So first they say marginal cost will decrease at a constant rate. Marginal cost will decrease at a diminishing rate. Then they say marginal cost will increase. Marginal product will increase at a constant rate. Marginal product will increase at diminishing. Okay. 2014, the 14th, 13th. Can you tell me question? Okay, 2014 question number 16. Okay, 14 question number 16, 13 question number 15. Okay, wait. 2014 question number. No, not this. The mirror image. 13 question number 15. Okay. No, maybe. This is the diagram I'm talking about. Right. Okay, I copied it. Let me come. You have to see the broader picture to answer this question, good luck. Okay. Okay. So if you look at this now, okay, I'll answer this using this diagram, right? So here, can you see these dotted lines? Stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, right? So, okay, remember we marked these curves, guys. I'm hoping you all were there last class, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so if you look at this, in the second stage, that is in this stage, I'll show you, between these lines, right? Between these two. This is the second stage. No? This is the second stage. So between this level, marginal cost will decrease at constant rate. What is the marginal cost curve? It's curve number 3. Is it correct or wrong? Will MC decrease? Yes or no? No, right? Can you see at the second stage, marginal cost curve, that is number 3, right, is increasing. So not this. Marginal cost will decrease at a diminishing rate? No, it's increasing. It will not decrease, right? So 2 is also wrong. Marginal cost will increase? Yes, can you see at the second stage, the MC curve, this is the MC curve, it is increasing. That looks right. Okay. Fourth one is saying marginal product will increase at a constant rate. Number 2, this curve is the marginal product curve that you all know. So in this stage, the marginal product curve is falling. Yeah. So wrong. It will not increase. Number 5 says marginal product will increase at a diminishing rate. Again, no, it's not increasing, it's decreasing. So you simply have to know your diagram. You know your diagram, you get your answer. Got it? It's a simple question of that sort. It looks a little tricky and you must be wondering what and all. Simple thing you should know that these things are mirror images. I explained this last class. What does it mean by increasing or decreasing a constant rate? Increasing or decreasing at a constant rate, for example, here, right? If you look at this total product curve, in the first stage, you can say it's increasing at an increasing rate. It's very steep. At the second stage, you can say it's increasing at a decreasing rate. It's increasing, but it's still increasing slowly. So that is what that means. If it is in the long run, then what is the situation? In the long run, you all don't study these curves. You all don't have to know all the curves. You don't have that. Guys, diminishing rate means at a lower rate. It's increasing, but it's increasing little by little. I don't know, revision people, do you all remember I explained this using numbers in the revision class, right? I showed TP, MP, and stuff like that, and I showed you that it's increasing at a lesser rate. Name the 3 stages on the board. Okay, so if I'm to name the 3 stages, guys, stage 1. Okay, so I'll name it here, right? So stage 1. Okay, what is stage 1? Anyone? Stage 1. Increasing marginal returns, or you can say increasing returns. That's stage 1. What is stage 2? Stage 2 is diminishing marginal returns, or you can say diminishing returns. What is stage 3? Stage 3 is negative marginal returns or negative returns. Those are the 3 stages. So here is 1, this is 2, this is 3. In this diagram also, this is 1. Between these 2 orange lines, it's 2. The after part is 3. Okay. Okay, so in this diagram, it's a little small mistake. The lines have to be here and here. This diagram is a little bad. It has to be here and it has to be here, kind of. Okay, to explain this again, guys, there is no real explanation here. You simply, one thing you have to know is you need to know the diagrams, right? They are simply asking, assume that a firm uses only one variable input if the firm is experiencing diminishing returns. So if they are in the second stage in the short run, right? So short run, you all know, law of diminishing returns, there are 3 stages. So if they are in the short run, which one of this is correct? That is what they're asking. So To figure out which one of this is correct, you have to know the curves. Now these curves only I have put it in the diagram, and I've copied and pasted because I didn't want to draw it here. Okay, so first one they are saying marginal cost is decreasing. Now, okay, can you all label this? Number 3, okay, number 3 is marginal cost here, guys. I'm hoping you all know the curves by now, right? This is marginal cost. Number 4 is average cost, or you can say average variable cost. Average variable cost. Number 2 is marginal product. Number 1 is average product, right? So those are the curves. Hoping you all know these curves. So now based on this, they are simply asking what will happen. Marginal cost will decrease at a constant rate. Guys, decreasing at a constant rate can, every time you produce, now you can't really see this in a diagram, right? Marginal cost, you have to see that in numbers. Marginal cost decreasing at a constant rate means every time you're increasing your output by 1, 1, 1, let's say MC is decreasing by 5, 5, and 5. So it's decreasing at a constant rate. Decreasing at a diminishing rate means when you increase by 1, MC is decreasing by 5. Then when you increase another unit, now MC is decreasing, but it's decreasing by 4. Again, it's decreasing, but decreasing by 3. So that is what decreasing at a diminishing rate means. So if they say at an increasing rate, that means first it will decrease by 5. Then again, when you produce a unit, it will decrease by, let's say, 6 or 7. Then it will decrease by around 8. Yeah, that part. Revision class students, if you all are unsure of this constant diminishing this thing, check the first, I think the first or the second class of unit number 4, the recording there, right? I remember in my Google, my whiteboard, I put a diagram. I explained using that printer example, marginal product increasing at an increasing rate, decreasing rate. Yeah, that thing should be there. There are two options as MC increasing at constant rate and MC increasing at diminishing rate. Which one will be the answer? So here you can't really say whether MC is increasing at an increasing rate or a diminishing rate. You have to look at the numbers there. So from this diagram, it's a little hard to think. Here it would be MC increasing at a constant rate, kind of. It's like a curve like this. No, if it was a flatter curve, you can say MC increasing at a diminishing rate. If it was a very steep curve like this, you can say MC increasing at an increasing rate. But here I'll say somewhat of a constant, but you can't conclude without numbers. Okay? They have to give you a number then. Are we fine? 18. Question number 16. Guys, it's an easy question. Don't confuse it too much. Okay? Questions? No? Sep? Okay? Right. So then moving on to question number 17. Now this is also an easy calculation. When a firm is producing 0 output, total cost is 300. Something has to click you. When the firm is producing 0 output, total cost is 300. What is this 300? Exactly. This has to click you. Now, when just as you read that, it has to click you that this is the total fixed cost. When you're producing 0, if you have a total cost of 300, that means when you're producing 0, remember variable cost is 0. No? So this 300 is your fixed cost. Now that has to click. If it didn't click, you can't calculate after that. When the firm is producing 5 units, the total cost is 630. They are asking, what is the average cost of producing 5 outputs, average variable cost? So can you tell me at 5 units, right, the total cost is equal to, they are saying 630. How much is the total fixed cost? How much is the total variable cost at 5 units? At 5 units, total fixed cost is equal to, total fixed cost equal to 300. Can you see, even at 0 output, they said it's 300. So if the fixed cost is 300, how much is the variable cost? The total variable cost is then equal to 330. So at 5 units, if the total variable cost is 330, what are they asking? They're asking you the average variable cost. So how do we get average variable cost? AVC is equal to the total variable cost 330 divided by the number of units, that is 5. So 330 divided by 5 is how much? 330 divided by 5 is equal to 66. So that is how you get your answer. Simple calculation. calculation. Now, if this did not click, when they said when the firm is producing 0, total cost is 300, if it didn't come to your head saying that is the fixed cost, then there is no way you can find this, right? So now they are not directly saying fixed cost is 300. Got it? They are indirectly saying that. So you have to be smart enough to figure those. Now that will come with practice. Now you have done a question like this. Now when you've done a question like this, next time you see a question that says when the firm is producing 0, total cost this much, this is the fixed cost that they're talking about. Okay. Answer number 2. Then question number 18. Okay, again, a simple characteristics question. Which the following are characteristics of a perfectly competitive market? In perfect competition, what are the characteristics? Number 1, new firms can enter the market easily. Yes or no? In perfect competition, yes, is a characteristic. Number 2, there is no product differentiation. Yes or no? There is no product differentiation. No, everyone is selling the same product. No? So no product differentiation. Yes, that is a characteristic. Correct. Number 3, market demand curve is perfectly elastic. Yes or no? Remember I said the firm's demand curve is perfectly elastic. The market demand curve is downward sloping. No. Number 4, D, the supply curve of an individual firm in the market is perfectly elastic. No. Market supply curve is not perfectly elastic. Supply curve of a individual firm is the marginal cost curve above the ABC. No, it's upward sloping like that. So not this as well. So then what are the characteristics? It's A and B only. Right? Okay. Question number 18 done. Question number 19. Okay. Question number 19, they are saying, at the current level of output of a perfectly competitive firm, marginal cost is 80. Okay. The average variable cost is 50. Okay. Average fixed cost is 30. And price is 80. Which of the following statements is true for this firm? Economic profit. Okay, they're asking about economic profit. How do you calculate economic profit? Guys, economic profit is equal to your revenue, right? So total revenue minus your total cost. That is how you calculate economic profit. Now, when I am calculating economic profit, did I say marginal revenue, marginal cost? Yes or no? No. Economic profit maximizing point, MR equals MC. I agree. But economic profit, we never said marginal revenue minus marginal cost. Remember, counting profit, economic profit, right? So here they are saying economic profit is 0 because MR equals MC. No. Economic profit, yes, it may be 0, that I don't know. But not because MR equals MC. Economic profit should be equal to 0, maybe because total revenue is equal to total cost. Then if this is 100 and this is 100, then this will be equal to 0. So not number 1. When we are looking at economic profit, you are not looking at MR equals MC. Okay. Number 2, economic profit is negative because total revenue is less than total cost. Shall we calculate the economic profit first? So if they are selling 1 unit, what is their revenue? If this firm is selling 1 unit, how much of revenue will they earn? If this firm is selling only 1 unit, think. The price of 1 unit is 80 now, guys. So if they're selling 1 unit, their total revenue will be 80. So if they're selling 1 unit, what will be their cost? So average variable cost, average fixed cost. Guys, AFC means average means cost of 1 unit now. So the average variable cost is 50, average fixed cost is 30. So that is also equal to 80. So economic profit is equal to 0 here. So they are saying in this question, economic profit is negative. No, economic profit is not negative. So not this. Economic profit is positive because total revenue is greater than total cost. No, total revenue is also 80, total cost is also 80. No. Economic profit is negative because price is greater than average variable cost. Price is 80, average variable cost is 50. Economic profit is negative? No, not negative, right? And then they're asking the economic profit is 0 because price equals average total cost. Can you see average total cost is 50 and 30? It's the addition of average variable cost and average fixed cost. That's 80. Revenue is also 80. Since the price and this thing is equal, we can say it's answer number 5. How did I calculate the revenue, guys? I assume that this firm is selling only 1 unit. So if it is selling only 1 unit, what is its total revenue? Its total revenue is 80, no? If you don't mind, can you say why the fourth answer of 18th question won't come as an answer? This one? In this? Is this the 18th question or do you want another 18th question? This one? Okay, so part D here. Supply curve of individual firm of the market is perfectly elastic. What is the supply curve in a perfect competitive market? In a perfect competitive market, it's the marginal cost curve above the minimum AVC. So this part here is the supply curve. Is this supply curve perfectly elastic? No, right? A perfectly elastic supply curve should look like this. That is why that's wrong there. So D is wrong. That is why it's A and B. So supply curve of individual firm is not perfectly elastic. It's a demand curve of the individual firm, which is perfectly elastic. Okay. That's the thing there. Okay. Why it's not the first one here? Okay. Upward sloping. This one. Okay. Why is it not the first one here? No. So economic profit is 0 because MR equals MC. Guys, MR equals MC doesn't define economic profit. No. What is economic profit? Economic profit is the total profit the firm is making, right? So to calculate economic profit, you can't compare MR and MC. MR and MC you take to compare to find the profit maximizing output. So this is MR, this is MC. So just because MR equals MC, how can you say the economic profit is 0? When MR equals MC, you can say the profit is maximized. Yes, but you can't say the profit is 0. So here they are saying economic profit is 0. No? You can't say that. That is why that's wrong. Okay. So number 5 is the answer. Economic profit is 0 because price equals average total cost. Shape, fine. Yeah, got it? No? Okay. Okay. So then the 20th one. Okay, easy one. Which of the following, can we have answers from everyone? Which of the following market structures do firms recognize their mutual interdependence? Where do they, where firms cooperate and work together? There is mutual interdependence. One firm is dependent on the other. Where? In oligopoly, monopoly, perfect competition, natural monopoly, monopolistic competition. Guys, where firms are dependent from one person to another is in a oligopoly, right? Now, for example, let's say oligopoly, let's say example, I'll say Dialogue, Mobitel, and let's say Hutch, right? They are in a oligopoly. Here, right, they have a lot of interdependence between them. They have agreed and they have set prices for these telecommunication things. So they don't compete based on price and things. They compete, by giving different packages, advertising. That is how they but compete. I think I've explained, I can't remember which, but I think I explained in the revision class why they don't compete on prices and all of it. Okay. So mutual interdependence, where one person depends on another, and through agreements, it is done in an oligopoly, right? It's not in any of the other firms. Now, monopoly or a natural monopoly, there is only one firm, no? So there is no interdependence at all, right? You won't depend on anyone. Perfect competition, right? You have so much of large number of firms. You will not depend on anyone. You will grow your paddy. You will just put it out in the market. No interdependence. Monopolistic also, same story. Will one hotel depend on another hotel? No. Mutually independent, guys, interdependence here means that they depend on one person another, right? They make collective decisions, right? Things like that. Okay. So answer number 1 there. Okay, done. We have 2019 and then we have 2020. Okay, another easy one. An industry with a small number of firms producing a standardized or a differentiated product could be called what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Competitive, oligopoly, monopolistic, monopoly, pure competition. Guys, again, this is also an oligopoly. They're talking about the same thing. Like standardized product, standardized or differentiated product in a small number of firms, right? So that is an oligopoly, basic feature of an oligopoly. A small number of firms, it can't be a monopoly. In a monopoly, you should be one number, one firm, right? So monopoly is out. Small number of firms can't be pure perfect competition, can't be monopolistic. There is nothing called a competitive industry, right? So it has to be an oligopoly, small number of firms. Okay, 2019, easy one. Okay, 2019. Okay, this question we did it before also. Consider that a firm employs variable amounts of labor to a fixed amount of capital. So labor is variable, capital is fixed, and engages in production. If the daily wage paid to labor increases, same question was there, right? Before, if I'm not mistaken. So the daily wage paid to labor increases, how will it affect the firm's cost? So if the daily wage increase, what will happen to variable cost? Variable cost will increase, no? Because wages are variable. So I can cut off this number 1. Okay, I'll cut off with another color. I'll cut off this. I'll cut off with black. So I can cut off this. I can cut off this, right? So where you've got increase. What happens to fixed cost when the wage increase? When the daily wage increase, will fixed cost change? No, right? So fixed cost, there will be no change. So I can cut off this. I can cut off this also. So variable cost is increasing, fixed cost is no change. What is the total cost? Total cost will also increase. So it's number 4. Did we have this before? Am I in some other world? Did I do it with some other batch? I can't remember. Was this there before? It was there before, right? I can't remember if it's another batch that I'm talking about. Okay. Was there? Okay. So same question repeated. But it's a simple question also. Yeah. Okay. Answer number 4 there. Question 17. Pure competition. Pure competition is like perfect competition. 2012. Okay. Question number 17. Consider a farmer who grows banana operates in a perfectly competitive market. Okay. If the market price falls in the short run, what should the farmer do? So he's in perfect competition. The market price is falling. What should he do? He should increase the production until the new price equals average total cost. Increase production to offset the fall in price. Discontinue production if the price is less than marginal revenue. Continue to produce only if price covers average fixed cost. Continue to produce only if new price covers average variable cost. What do you all think? What is the decision? Whether what a firm should, whether they should stay in production or not, will depend on what? Guys, it will depend on whether the price you're getting, are you able to cover the minimum what? Your AVC, your average variable cost. If the price, remember, you have a market, right? So you have the average variable cost curve, right? So AVC. So if the price that you're getting, right, is at least enough to cover this minimum average variable cost, you will stay in the market. But if you can't cover, if the price is less than the AVC, you will quit and go, right? So even if the price falls, he has to continue to produce only if the price covers AVC. If the price had fallen below AVC, then he would leave the market. If the price is more than AVC, still he will stay. So continue producing AFC, no. You don't make the decision based on average fixed cost. Then they say increase the production until the new price equals average total cost. Not really. There is nothing. There is no. They've just put it from nowhere. Increase production to offset the fall in price. Nothing like that. Discontinue the production if the new price is less than marginal revenue. No, discontinue production if the new price is less than average variable cost. If the new price is less than the average variable cost, then you will discontinue production. Okay, so not these as well. It's answer number 5, because whether you will stay or not will depend on if the price that you're getting is enough to cover your average variable cost. So if the price is more than your average variable cost, if you can cover your average variable cost, that means if it's more than that, then you will continue to produce. Got it? So answer number 5 there. Are we okay? Yes? No? Voice is breaking. Sorry. Did you understand, or was there a connection issue? Not clear? Okay, do you understand? Do you want me to repeat? Okay, wait a bit. Understood shape? No? Okay. Okay, want me to repeat? Guys, so whether a firm operates or whether a firm continues its production or what it does will depend on whether a firm can cover its minimum average variable cost. So here they are saying in the question, a farmer is there, he's producing bananas and the price had fallen, right? The price had fallen. So when the price falls, what should he do? So what should he do will depend on whether he can cover his average variable cost. So if the price has fallen, but if it is greater than his average variable cost, he should continue. But if it is less than his average variable cost, he should leave. So that is why the fifth one is the answer. Continue to produce only if the new price covers the average variable cost. So if he can cover that average variable cost, he will stay. If not, no. Right? That is why the answer is that. Okay. Right, done with that. Question 16th question. Answer number 4. If it's in the long run. Guys, long run, in your syllabus, you don't have that. In the long run, you will not study about profit maximizing, nothing of that sort. Yeah? Okay. Question number 18. If one firm in a perfectly competitive industry experiences a technological breakthrough, so that means the technology is developed, that lowers only the firm's cost of production. So maybe one firm, their technology has improved, so it lowered their cost of production. Which of the following correctly describes the effect on the firm's price, output, and profit? Okay, so here, when the technology improves, what do you think happens to the firm's price? Will the price be affected? If so, is it a decrease or increase? Price won't affect, right? Guys, do you think the price will affect? Just because this company, unless they decide to give a discount or something, it can decrease. But will it directly affect the price? No. So when there is a technological change, right, your price will not be affected really. So there is a no change in the price. This is cut, this is cut, this is cut. What do you think can happen to the output? Because of a technological improvement, can this firm produce more or produce less? Because their technology has improved. They can produce more now, no? So their output will increase. Yeah. So their output has increased. And what has happened to their profits now? What do you think will happen to their profits? Profits will also increase. It will be answer number 4. Okay, there is an argument saying when the cost of production falls, the price will decrease. Not necessarily. No. When the cost of production falls, the price will decrease if the firm wants. But we are looking at definitely what will happen. The firm now, is there a rule saying just because you can produce it for less, you have to sell it for less? There is no rule like that, no. Just because your cost of production falls, there is no rule saying you have to reduce your price. So when the cost of production falls, right, you can maintain the same price. Guys, don't think of this as a don't look at it at the unit 2 aspect. Don't shift the demand curve and don't look at it that way, right? Then you will argue that the price is going to fall. Don't think of it that way, right? We are looking at unit number 4, a perfectly competitive industry, right? They are having a technological improvement. Because of that, what happens? Their price is not really affected. So price is not affected. Output will definitely increase because of a technological advancement. Profits will also increase because the cost of production here is falling. Okay, answer number 4. Then if you look at question 19. Okay, no, 19. That's it with this. Okay, then we go on to the last paper, 2020. Okay, it's a little blurred. Sorry for that. That's the paper I have. They say increasing returns to scale reflect a technological characteristic under which the percentage increase in a firm's output should. So when there is increasing returns to scale, what should happen? The output, the percentage change in output should increase the percentage change in input. No, then no, you can call it increasing returns to scale. Think. So what do you think the answer here is? Increasing returns to scale is where 1 exceeds the percentage increase in inputs, okay, is less than the percentage increase in inputs. Guys, this is decreasing in terms of scale. Number 2, not number 2. Number 2 is decreasing in terms of scale. Is equal to the percentage increase in inputs. What is this? What is the third one? Exactly. Third one is constant returns to scale, guys. Right? Good to see you all remember that. Exceeds the percentage change in fixed inputs, not fixed inputs. We're not talking about fixed inputs. In the long run, we're talking about all the inputs, right? So this, not really. Okay, and the fourth one they're saying is less than the percentage input. Again, not fixed inputs. So not that. The answer is number 1. So what do we say? Increase in terms of scale is where, right? Where the percentage change in the firm's output exceeds the percentage change in the increase in input. So if you can increase your inputs by 10% and increase your output by 20% as a result of it, then it's increasing in terms of scale. And the output is increasing in a greater proportion than the increase in inputs. Just the definition of increasing in terms of scale, guys. That's all that they're asking. Number 1. Clear? Yes? No? Check. Okay, moving on to question number 16. Okay, think here. Which of the following statements is correct? Accounting profit equals economic profit equals accounting profit. Economic cost equals explicit plus implicit. Economic cost equals explicit minus implicit. Opportunity cost equals economic profit. Accounting cost equals implicit cost. Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an easy one. Answer number, yes, it's answer number 2. Yeah, economic cost, right? When we take cost in economics, it's both your direct cost plus your indirect cost. So economic cost is equal to explicit plus implicit. It's not explicit minus implicit, not this. Okay, I'll cut it off with black, not this. Number 1, economic profit equals accounting profit? No, right? If there is an indirect cost, then accounting profit and economic profit is not equal. Number 4, they're saying opportunity cost equals economic profit. No, if you want, you can say opportunity cost equals economic cost. So not economic profit. Okay, and then accounting cost equals implicit cost. No, accounting cost equals what? Accounting cost is equal to the explicit cost, the direct cost. So accountants take consideration only the direct cost. So if they said accounting cost equals explicit cost, then it would have been correct. So not this as well. So it's answer number 2. Economic cost equals direct plus indirect. Easy one. Yeah. Question number 17. This is the latest paper. Now, by after doing all these questions, if you all have sat for the 2020 paper, I think it would have been a very easy one. Which of the following is necessarily a characteristic of an oligopolistic market? Guys, oligopolistic, you're talking about oligopoly characteristic. Free entry and exit. Do we have free entry and exit in oligopolies? Yes or no? No free entry. Few large-scale producers? Yes or no? Yes. Only one producer of a good with no close substitutes? No. Right? There is a few large producers. A homogeneous product? Not really. You can say a differentiated or a standardized product, not homogeneous. No opportunities for collusion between firms? There is an opportunity. There can be collusion between the firms, right? So not this. It's answer number 2. A few large-scale producers. Okay. So, okay, there was a question. Okay, this part. Collusion means, guys, where, kind of, okay, no opportunity. Collusion in the sense, collusion is like, rivalry, right? For example, come on, dialogue material, there is high levels of rivalry, right? Now, let's say car brands, let's say BMW and let's say Mercedes, high amounts of rivalry. There is a lot of, collusion there. Okay. Okay, so this part, yes, something like competition. Okay, someone asked me this, no? Opportunity cost, how can you say is equal to economic cost? Exactly, Rolls-Royce and Bentley. So here, 2019 old one. Let's do. I'll try to get the paper. Wait. Where is this? Okay, which one? I said this, no? Now, if you look at this, right? Remember what is explicit cost? Explicit cost is the cost spent on purchasing any output from outside the firm, right? Any output from outside, sorry, any input from outside the firm, that is explicit cost. Now that also has an opportunity cost. That now, for example, if you spend, let's say, 100,000 to buy raw materials, with that 100,000, you could have done something else. So there is an opportunity cost. Then for implicit cost also, it's the opportunity cost of using the firm's own materials. So you can say that opportunity cost equals economic cost. Yeah. So economic cost is equal to implicit and explicit. You can also say opportunity cost equals economic cost if you want, because it's the opportunity cost of using your own materials and the opportunity cost of getting materials from outside. Explicit and implicit. Okay. Why does depreciation not include in accounting cost? Depreciation. Yeah, guys, this is, don't really think of accounting terms. We are just looking at in this chapter. We are saying if there is any money involvement, it's an accounting cost. If there is no money involvement, then it's a economic cost. That is why it happens here. That's how it's explained in this. Okay, right. Question number 18. If a firm faces a perfectly elastic demand curve for its products, okay, yes, indirect cost. Okay, firm faces a perfectly elastic demand curve. It should be a price taker. This says the firm is not a price taker, so it's wrong, right? If you have a perfectly elastic demand curve like this, right, you are a price taker. So this says firm is not a price taker, so it's wrong. Number 2 says firm is able to lower its price and increase sales. Perfect elastic demand curve, guys. You can't increase price or decrease price. You have to take the price that is there in the market. Perfect competition wala, you have perfect elastic demand curves. You have to take the price in the market. So no. Okay. Number 3, firm is able to raise its prices to increase total revenue. Can they increase, raise or no? Can't. Like I said, perfect elastic now, you have to keep it at the same level. You can't increase or decrease. Firm's marginal revenue is horizontal at the price axis, at the market price. Firm always makes zero economic profits. This also no, you can make things like that. We can decrease price. No, you can't decrease price. There is no point of decreasing price. No firm will decrease price having perfectly elastic demand. They will keep the same price because you are selling the same good. everyone is having the same good, same thing, there is no point in you decreasing. Okay. So when the firm is perfectly elastic, guys, remember price is equal to MR equals this price is equal to demand is equal to MR is equal to AR. Remember this part in perfect competition. That is what they're testing. So when a firm has a perfect elastic demand curve, when demand is like this, right? The firm's marginal revenue curve is horizontal at the market price. So marginal revenue curve is horizontal. When it's like this, the MR is equal to the demand curve, right? So it's horizontal to the market price. So that is the answer. How do we calculate economic profit? Economic profit is the total revenue minus the total cost, the total direct cost and the total variable cost. Sorry, total variable and total fixed, or maybe the total direct and total indirect. From the revenue, you deduct those. Can you explain the 15th question in the 2019 old paper? Okay, I'll get the 2019 old paper. I didn't get that. Okay, are we okay with this? Yes, questions? How the fourth? Guys, the fourth based on this, guys. So, you know, in perfect competition, when a firm has a perfectly elastic demand curve, a firm which has a perfectly elastic demand curve, right? In that case, I'm hoping you all know this, that the price is equal to the marginal revenue is equal to the average revenue is equal to the demand curve, right? So that is what they're asking. So they're saying in a perfectly elastic demand curve for its products, then the firm's marginal revenue curve is horizontal. So marginal revenue curve is also horizontal, which is similar to the perfectly elastic demand curve. Okay, that is what it means. You can even eliminate the other answers and you can figure out, guys. It's a simple thing. Firm is not a price taker. No, it's a price taker. Able to lower or raise price? No, they don't raise or they don't lower price. Will always make zero economic profits? No, they can make economic profits. They can make economic losses. They can make zero economic profits also. So then you end up with the fourth one. Okay, so since we have 18 minutes, shall we discuss the MCQs in the 2019 old syllabus paper? How many of you all did that? It's there in my past paper link. 2019, the old syllabus did. Okay, some of you all did. Let me try to find that first. 2019. Okay, I think we'll have only around a few 4 or 5 MCQs, so we'll discuss that. Yeah, this should be the paper. I'm not going to share it on my board, guys. I'll just, from the paper itself, I'll explain. Attach the answers for past paper link. Answers. Guys, all the answers I have put, guys. Some answers I don't have. I don't have a soft copy of those answers. I have the book. So if anyone has, guys, that past paper link, I think it is, I have made all of you all, anyone can access and anyone can edit also. So if anyone has, let's say, past paper answers, add to that. Okay, 2011. Okay, this is the old 2019 old one. Where do we go to? Okay, question number 15. This is the easy paper, that's why I didn't really go. Okay, diminishing marginal returns occurs when? When does diminishing marginal returns occur? Diminishing marginal returns is the second stage in the in the short run production process, right? So when the marginal product of input is rising, when the marginal product is zero, when the marginal product is falling, guys. Second stage, go and check the diagram, right? Diminishing marginal returns occurs when the marginal product is falling. Number 3, right? That is the answer for that. Then question number 16. Which of the following is an implicit cost for the owner of a small restaurant? Implicit cost means indirect cost. The wage paid to an assistant manager, is it implicit or not? It's not an implicit cost. No, you're directly paying money. So it's not an implicit cost. 2, the cost of purchasing meat from a wholesaler, that's also explicit. No, you're paying money. The cost of water supplied by the water supply board, again, you have to pay money there, right? There is a monetary payment. Number 4, value placed on the owner's skill In an alternative category, yes. Now there is no direct monetary payment. It's like the opportunity cost of using the firm's own input. So this is the implicit cost. And then number 5, cost of the property taxes paid. Again, there is a direct cost being paid. So not this as well. Easy one. The following is an implicit cost. Number 4. Then question number 17, if you look at it, they say, which of the following is true of a perfectly competitive firm in the short run? Okay. Always earns a normal profit. The firm shuts down if the price falls. What is the answer? The 15th. 15th one, the answer is number 3. Yeah. Yeah. 17. Which of the following is true of the perfectly competitive firm in the short run? Firm always earns normal profit. Guys, in the long run, a perfectly competitive firm will always earn normal profits. Not in the short run. In the short run, they can have economic profits, losses, all of it. Right? Firm shuts down if the price falls below average total cost? No. When does the firm shut down? Can you all correct this? The firm will shut down if the price falls below the average variable cost. Okay, so that's also wrong. Firm always earns positive economic profit? No, it can have economic profit. It can have normal profit, anything, right? A firm maximizes profit by producing where price equals marginal revenue? No. Maximizes profit when what equals what? Price is anyway equal to marginal revenue. When what equals what? They will maximize profit when their marginal revenue is equal to their marginal cost, not price equals marginal revenue. Okay. And then they say the firm may earn positive profit, negative profit, or normal profit. That's the answer. So 17, answer number 5. So in the short run, remember in your syllabus, when you're studying also, you always study diagrams. Firm earning supernormal profit, firm earning economic losses, firm earning normal profit. How does your diagram looks like? Right? Check whatever tudes that you all are studying. It should be there. So in the short run, you can earn any types of profit. Okay, that is that. Then question number 18. Which of the following is a characteristic of a perfectly competitive market structure? It's simple characteristics of perfect competition. Come on, right? Exactly. So short run, you can have all types. So homogeneous product, yes, that is a characteristic, right? Then this one, barriers to entry, no barriers to entry, not a characteristic. Firms are price setting, profit maximizing, no, they're price taking, not. Earn a normal profit, no, they can earn any type of profit, normal, economic, anything. Government regulates the price to eliminate dead weight loss, no, we don't even talk about a government here. So don't think of absurd answers, right? So a perfectly competitive firm, the characteristic is firm producing a homogeneous product. Simple as that. Okay. Okay, question number 19. Last question. Question number 19. Consider a firm is operating in a perfectly competitive market. Right? They're operating in a perfectly competitive market. What will be the effect on the firm's total revenue if it increases its output by 5%? What do you think happens? If it increases output by 5%, what do you think happens to their total revenue? 3, increase less than 5. 2, increase by 5. Think. Now, okay, how do you get total revenue? Total revenue is equal to your output multiplied by your price, right? So let's say, okay, I'll say it the other way. Output multiplied by price equals total revenue, right? That's how you get your total revenue now. How much you are putting out to the market multiplied by the price. So let's say you are giving 100 units. The price was 10 rupees, right? And then total revenue is how much now? 1000. A firm in a perfectly competitive market increases its output by 5%. So if 100 increases by 5%, how much of output should they produce now? How much of output? Is 5%? 105. Yeah. So if it's 5%, now 105. If it's 10%, now 110. That's why I put 100 to make it easy for you. Okay. Now, can a firm in the perfectly competitive market change the price just because the output increases? Can they change the price? They don't have the ability to change the price. No, they can supply any amount at whatever price that is there in the market. So price will stay the same. So what will happen to the total revenue? Total revenue will now become 1050. So when your output increased by 5%, what happened to your total revenue? When your output increased by 5%, this is a 5% increase, your total revenue also increased by 5%. So total revenue will increase by 5%. Is that the answer that the marking scheme says? Don't know if they thought it differently. Anyone with the marking scheme? What does the marking scheme say? 2, or does it say something else? Wait, okay, I also have the marking scheme. 2019, all syllabus. Well, sometimes the marking, they think differently. No. So marking scheme also says the same thing. Yeah. Total revenue will increase by 5%. Okay. So that's the answer for that question. Fine. Yes. No. Sir, can we talk? Where is the question? No question. Okay. Okay. Wait, there was a question. Why is the fourth one wrong? Total revenue will increase more than 5%. How can you say it's more than 5%? 2020 marking scheme? No, guys. 2020 marking scheme is not out yet. I have the MCQ answers. I don't have the part 2 answer. It's not officially out. So once the teachers who went for paper marking must be having it. I didn't go for paper marking. I'm not even invited for paper marking. So I don't have. So just check government school teachers. They might have. Who went for paper marking will have. Usually tuition teachers, other teachers might have if they know a paper marking teacher. I was not bothered to ask any of my school teachers. I didn't ask them, but tuition teachers can get it that way. Even tuition teachers can't go for paper marking unless they are a government school teacher. Why is the fourth one wrong? Fourth one is wrong because total revenue will not. How can you say that it increases by 5%? Because a firm can't change the price. In the short run, the price will change the same. So if they increase their output by 5%, so 100, if it becomes 105, the total revenue will become from 1000 to 1050. So this is also a 5% increase. Okay. That is why the fourth one is wrong. So can we talk about total revenue and output with regards what we learned previously regarding elasticity? No, in this question, don't go for elasticity. They're not even talking about things then. Okay, total revenue perfectly. Okay, you can connect perfectly elastic. So when the revenue increases, no, you don't have a quantity demand and stuff like that. We are not talking, you don't really try to connect it to elasticity here because there is no quantity demand and things like that. Okay, are we okay with this question? Yes, no, check. Yeah, I'll move back to my whiteboard. Okay. Answer 2 and 4 are the same. Total revenue will increase more than 5%. No, 2 and 4 are not the same, guys. Revenue will increase by 5%, will increase by more than 5%. So total revenue will increase exactly by 5%, but not more than 5%. Yeah, so it's answer number 2, not 4. Guys, by 5% and this thing is different. From a district, how many students are allocated to Colombo University? I'm not very sure, guys. I don't know the numbers. But if you have a good Z score, you will get it. Look at a Colombo University management. I'll say a Z score of 1.75. Now, last year it was 1.74. I think it will be at that range. 1.75. Okay, if you can score, you should get Colombo management. Okay. Back to my whiteboard. Okay, so we have 6 more minutes, guys. Just want to let you all know that's it with the MCQs. Anyone questions, you all can stay and clarify. Okay. Before the others leave, just a few things because some of you all asked. I don't know if you all are there or not, but in case you all are there, some of you all asked about the revision class when I'm starting unit number 8, like 2-3 weeks ago. I forgot. I don't know who. I forgot to inform. So I have started unit number 8 in the revision class yesterday. So if you all join, right, for this month of February, I'll be doing unit number 8 and 9, that is international trade and public economy. Fees is 1,800, right? For whoever who asked, you'll have to pay the fees and send me the slip, right? If you want details, let me know. And after that, what you have to do, we will send you the tudes and we'll add you to the group. That's that. Okay. So just what you all should do next week, guys, for next week, do the essay questions and come 2011 to maybe somewhere around 2015. Next week, sometimes I might not have the class on the this time. I might have it at a different time. In case there is a change in time, I'll let you all know, right? But ideally next week we will be doing this part. Can you do the 9 and 10? 9 and 10 I'm not really doing because it's a little old and then I don't really have the time to finish all of it. Okay. So can I at least get the recordings? Yes. So revision class, even if you are not free, there are students who actually pay for the recordings and get it only. So they do that. How do you calculate Z-score? Z-score is based on how well you do compared to your average student. Okay. Right. So questions I'll answer. That's it for today. I'll stop the recording from here. All other questions I'll answer after this. Okay. See you guys. Bye.